knockout with only 5 defeats. He's the former Super Bantamweight champion of Great Britain, the former Featherweight champion of the Commonwealth, and tonight attempted to regain his IBO Super Bantamweight championship from Harold Patrick Mullings. And across the ring in the blue corner, this young man is wearing the black shorts with the white trim. At the weight, he scaled 8 stone, 9 1/4 pounds. He also has an outstanding record, 18 contests, 14 wins, 8 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only 4 defeats. Please welcome tonight, making the 3rd defense of his title, from Johannesburg, South Africa, the current and reigning IBO Super Bantamweight champion, Ramoni. Your referee, Mr. John Coyle, will now give his final instructions to both boxers. This is 12 3-minute rounds for the IBO Super Bantamweight Championship.
Good sportsmanship and obey the rules of my instructions at all times. Shake hands, good luck.
John Coyle refereeing. Patrick Mullings, pretty erratic. Even his camp never know quite what to expect from him. Back down at Super Bantamweight now. He's been on a special diet, drinking more water, eating more greens and white meat, cutting out fruit juice and red meat. Found it easy to make Super Bantamweight, he says this time. Did it 4 days ago. Mullings in the white trunks says his plan is to apply steady pressure. He says he knows he lost that first fight with Ramoni, but he did hurt him in it, he thinks. Mullings was very hot 3 or 4 years ago. Since then, to be honest with you, it's been a bit patchy.
Well, I think what he really needs to do, the key for Mullings getting back into top form, is to try and fight 3 minutes of every round. The more he can fight, the better, because he does tend to just go to sleep a little bit during the round.
Good left hand, and he's hurt Ramoni with that. Ramoni, his legs just dipped. He was hurt quite badly in the 11th round of their first fight, but got over it. He's had a lot of hardish 12-rounders of late, Mullings. Just walked onto one there on the way in. Last time Ramoni, as I recall the fight, was just a bit too slick for him, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was the better boxer of the two, did the work when it mattered and did the better work.
Good body shot from Ramoni, the younger man at 26. It's good work with the left hand from Mullings, who usually spends his Saturday nights doing commentaries with the radio station Talk Sport. They're not here tonight, funnily enough, with him in the ring. Lots of strands to his life, Mullings. It's a good positive start from him here.
Well, they both landed a few decent shots early on. In the fun of the last fight, it did go one way, then the other, and I wonder if it's going to be a similar type pattern in this one.
I was talking to Dean Powell and Jimmy Tibbs earlier on backstage, and they say one thing they've seen from Mullings in the build-up for this fight is he's a little more cute than he was maybe a year or so back. They think he's learned things and maybe just coming of age as a fighter. Well, it's all talk. Let's see if he can turn the talk into reality in the ring.
Mullings caught with that right hand. He tried to get in.
Oh, and he's going down, Mullings. Little short, little right hand. Just a flash knot, and it looked more of a balance problem than anything. I hesitated. I wonder if he'd slip for a moment, but there was a punch. And that would have affected the scorecard, Glenn. But I think Mullings was winning the round up to that point.
Yes, he was, and then the knockdown, which was a shame for him. He's doing a little bit more, some clean punches, but there, a little short right hand punch And just a flash knockdown, but a knockdown nonetheless. And you'd have to edge that from Ramoni just because of that.
A little right cross from the South African. Shame for Mullings that, coming late in the round. Now, I wouldn't score that as a 10-8 round to Ramoni. I think I'd score that 10-9, wouldn't you?
Yes, a 10-9. Just edging it would have been a 10-8, but Mullings probably doing more in the round until that point.
Dean Powell and Mick Williamson, the cut man, cap driver, working the Pat Mullings corner tonight. Second round. Just a little confidence boost that Simon Ramoni, the defending champion here, making his third defense of this title, would have wanted that knockdown. He's the one in the black trunks.
Well, really, I think it's down to Mullings to start fast. He's got to try and set a good pace. You can expect Ramoni being a little bit ring rusty. He's been out of the ring a bit, hasn't had the action that Mullings has had. So really, this is where Mullings needs to start fast and just, try and catch Ramoni if he is a little bit rusty.
Will that make Mullings a little more circumspect, the way that he was caught by that right cross right at the end of the last round? Ramoni has been beaten 4 times, twice in novice bouts, once in a South African bantamweight title fight, and the other one against Michael Brodie from Manchester. Good shot with the right hand from Mullings, and a left to follow. What Mullings has got to be careful here is about getting caught with counters on his way in.
Yes, it is difficult for Mullings because he really does need to react if he hurts Ramoni. But you're right, he has to be careful. So it's difficult for him because he can be caught, he could be hurt by the counters from Ramoni.
Ramoni did lose to Michael Brodie officially, but we thought he beat him, didn't we, that night?
Yes, we thought he was a little unlucky in that fight.
And that was a good performance because Brodie is very highly rated now in the official world rankings of the WBC, who have him in line for a world championship fight. He's the European champ at the moment, Brodie. Good left hand from Mullings, who has to keep up the pressure, but it has to be educated pressure, doesn't it? He can't dive in.
No, he can't. The difference with Ramoni is he is quite slick. He does pick his punches quite well. Just dabbing at his eye a little bit, Ramoni. I don't know if he felt he'd been hit there.
Just keep an eye on that. Maybe it's just a little angry, bit of soreness. No cut at the moment. Slightly higher work rate from Mullings so far in this second round. Mullings does tend to favour right hand work, and in the build-up to this fight, strangely, he's been training with his right hand tied behind his back to make himself use the left more. Back to the Elephant and Castle in southeast London tonight. Action from round 2 here, which was a tight round, quite hard to score that.
It was a tight round. They both had their successes in that round. Maybe Mullings just doing more of the work, but Ramoni had some success, especially towards the end of the round when he scored with a couple of good punches.
I couldn't separate them, I had it level. Sitting on the fence again. Mullings in the white trunks if you need the identification. Been very, very busy. But appears to like it that way. Another spell up in Peterborough with Kevin Sanders. Little right hand from Mullings there, and Ramoni thinks that he slipped there, and I must say I thought he did too, but they're counting this as a knockdown. Wow. What did you think, Glenn?
Well, he did, there was connection. He did get hit with a shot, but he did lose his footwork, I thought. He just overreached a bit.
Certainly be worth another look at the end of the round. Certainly nothing very substantial. I think it was the balance more than anything. But that'll be handy for Mullings, because the judges will have to take note of it. It's been scored as a knockdown now. Working nicely with the southpaw jab and whipping in the left hand. Doesn't look as quick as he did in the first fight, does he, Ramoni?
No, he doesn't. I mean, maybe that's just because he hasn't fought as often, but he doesn't look as quick and as slippery as he was in their first encounter.
Fighting for this IBO title, though truth to tell, neither of these two would be in anybody's top 10 at the moment in the division. Top men are Barrera and Morales, or at least till Morales moves up to featherweight, which is imminent. And there's another South African in the equation too, Lelo Ledwabo, who holds the IBF title at this weight. I think Ramoni'd like to get at him. Quite tight and evenly matched so far, though. I noticed that with the bookmakers, Ramoni started as a pretty big favourite this morning.
Well, he's doing quite well in this round. Mullings just keeps peppering Ramoni with lots of punches.
Found a little left hand at the end of that rally. Working much better with his southpaw jab tonight, but caught with that right hand. Caught with a right hand and down again, Mullings, for the second time in the fight. They're both down in this round. Just left himself open. Didn't seem to be a big shot or anything like that. He doesn't look shaken up, but again leaves himself open. You're right in and finds another left hand to put the South African down, and this looks a more hurtful shot. Is he going to make it here? He's all over the place here, Ramoni. Oh, he's on very wobbly legs. Mullings could finish it here. Ramoni holding on for dear life, as badly shaken up, and I think the bell has saved him. Look at the way he went back to the corner there. Look at the way he stumbled back through a haze into the corner. If that round had gone on another 5 seconds, the fight would have been over.
Almost definitely. I mean, he was very lucky that he wasn't stopped on his feet, because he did look very uneasy, you know, just rocking about a little bit. He managed to carry on, but he was in desperate trouble. There's what looks like a slip. I mean, that really does look as if he overreaches himself. Just throws the punch far too wild and goes over.
Wow, that was something in nothing, really, wasn't it, that?
Yep, he just overreached. There's a good punch. Mullings was looking for the left hand, dropped his own right, and went down heavily there. That was a bad mistake.
But better still was this from Patrick Mullings. Ooh. Left hand on the button. Was the minute long enough for Simon Ramoni? Mullings in white, the Harrow car dealer and sometime radio boxing commentator. Mullings just has to be careful, having been on the floor twice himself, that he's not caught again. This is a real topsy-turvy affair. Now the left hand, he's hurt Ramoni, he's hurt again, uppercuts, long time left in the round this time. Legs look as if they're on stilts almost, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Mullings really needs to go for it now. He's badly hurt, the legs are all over, and this is where Mullings needs to keep the pressure on. He can't really let him off the hook.
Now Mullings is hurt, I fancy. Shaken up by a left hand, needing to cover up. No telling which way this is going to spin next. Very different from the first fight. Now Mullings gets there with that little right uppercut. Just needs to maybe tighten his own defense up a bit, Mullings. Lovely work, combination shots. Ramming in shots to head and body. And he's had to come to a crisis to do it in this round too. It's some fight, isn't it, this?
It's a tremendous fight. You've got to worry a little bit about the punch resistance of both men, because they're both one and then the other are getting hurt here.
Left hand got in from Mullings, and now he's hurt and he's all over the place himself now. He's got to cover up Mullings. It could all disappear for him here. Can he get through the round? There's over a minute remaining still. And Ramoni banging in the shots. Mullings trying to let his head clear somehow. Ramoni is really going for it here now. He fancies he's got Mullings going, and he may not be wrong. Referee taking a very close look at Mullings. He needs to fire back, Glenn.
Yes, he does. Good shot up through the middle there. He's out on his feet. You fancy Mullings. Just can Ramoni find the shots?
Oh, he collapses back in the ring and finds a right-hand counter. Could you believe that? A right-hand counter on the very brink of defeat to put Ramoni down. This is incredible stuff here. This is sensational. Oh, look at these shots now from Mullings. First one fighter on the very brink of defeat, then the other one.
Well, it's just who's going to find the punches that matter. They're both hurting each other with almost every shot.
The referee'd stop it, but he doesn't know which one of them to stop. Unbelievable. You will not see many more rounds like that in a British ring or any other ring in the world.
Well, really was unbelievable. There, Ramoni going down, and it just went from one to the other. Who would go down, who would be hurt, who would get the better punches on? I think for the most part there was a good stage when Mullings was under pressure and it looked like he might not get through, but then he come back, he puts Ramoni down towards the end, and then Ramoni's in trouble, and again it switched the other way.
So far, because I'm losing count, Ramoni's been down 3 times and Mullings twice, though Mullings, I reckon, was within a millisecond of being stopped in this round. Look at him here.
Yes, it looked like he was really finding some good punches, Ramoni.
Here's the 5th round. Goodness knows how you score that 4th, which Ramoni was winning hands down, but then Mullings floored him.
Well, I give it to Ramoni on a 10-9
yeah, so did
score
I.
point. I just thought he edged it. He had Mullings under pressure for longer.
It would be amazing, really, if the scorecards even came into play the way this is going.
Well, you certainly wouldn't put money on this fight going the distance, would you?
Nope, not now. Mullings has prepared long and hard for this fight. Wants it badly. This is nice boxing from him here.
Well, this could all be about who's got the better work in the can, who's prepared themselves the harder, who can withstand the punches the longer.
Well, they both know that they can really shake up their opponent. I'm not sure how Mullings got through that last round, but he did. Not only got through it, he went on and floored Ramoni. Nice work with the jab. Lot to like about the way Mullings has fought here tonight. Will this fight settle down? As neutrals, I have to say you hope not.
Well, yeah, you like to see it keep the excitement factor that it's had thus far.
Oh, he nearly touched down again there from the body shot, I think. Mullings.
When you've been hit with this many good punches, you can just expect one of them, just everything falling out of him. Just one punch could end it all.
And it could happen at any second. Quieter 5th round, but you could hardly get anything more dramatic than the 4th, which has to go down as one of the most incident-packed rounds we've seen in a British ring in many a year. Marked up around the face a bit, Ramoni here, digging in the body shot. Nice right uppercut from him too. Mullings doesn't want to hang around on those ropes.
Mullings' work just slowing down a little.
Pretty evenly matched, these two. touch gloves in mutual admiration at the end of the round. Castle Leisure Centre, we are watching a pretty amazing fight here between Patrick Mullings and Simon Ramoni for the IBO Super Bantamweight title, and it is a cracker.
It really is. People on the edges of the seats not knowing what's going to happen next here. Both men hurt throughout this fight.
There was certainly nothing in their first contest that made you expect anything quite as eventful as the fight we've witnessed here. This is the 6th round. British boxer Mullings in the white trunks. Good start to the round from him. Frank Maloney shouting out, concentrate, concentrate, to Mullings. He does tend to fight in spasms, always has done, really. He looks so classy at times, and then other times, well, as you said earlier, Glenn, goes to sleep.
Yes, that's where the problems can happen for Mullings. Just relaxes too much. Needs to keep a good level of concentration, especially in a fight like this.
It's a mixture of fireworks and damp squibs from him. He was a hyperactive child who went to a special school, rather in the way that Frank Bruno had to. I think both of them know they need to just tighten up defensively a little bit. Who's got the strength and resilience to see this through? Big right hand from Ramoni. Back came Mullings with one of his own.
Mullings just seems to go asleep a little bit, and all of a sudden it just comes to life in a flash with good punches.
Sharp right hand and a big left hand from Ramoni. Left hook. Mullings sagged against the ropes for a moment. Covered up. Just wanted to let his head clear, you fancied.
That's one of the good things for Mullings. He does just react right when he is hurt. He does get the hands up pretty tight.
He's had his setbacks, Patrick Mullings. British title defeats against Drew Doherty and Michael Aldis. Commonwealth featherweight defeat against the very promising Scott Harrison up in Scotland. There's some decent wins as well mixed in there. Oh, he threw the kitchen sink in with the left hook there, Ramoni.
He really did. He was trying to put the lights out, I think. Mullings looking to hang on, maybe just feeling a bit tired. He's been caught at a pretty frantic pace.
They both slowed down a little. Nice punch picking there, and a low blow from Ramoni. A right hand. Ramoni's marked up around the face. They touch gloves again.
Over the weekend, Sunday the Division 2 playoff final, Gillingham and Wigan, and on Monday Barnsley against Ipswich in the First Division final. Gillingham, Wigan, Barnsley, Ipswich live this weekend only on Sky Sports. After 6 rounds of mayhem, they're still standing. Back to Glenn and Ian.
But we're going to cue Elton John for a moment there, Paul. 7th round. White trunks of Patrick Mullings, the 29-year-old. Simon Ramoni in the black from Kempton Park area of Johannesburg. Hard fight to score, but that's how Glenn's got it. Trying to pick your way through all those knockdowns.
Yeah, just from only 1 point ahead. Still very close, going one way, then the other. And I'm not going to explain how I've come to that scorecard, but very complicated.
No, don't bother. We'll be here till about 2 in the morning if you try. And 5 knockdowns already. Ramoni down 3 times, Mullings twice. Ramoni marked up underneath the right eye. Mullings using his southpaw jab to some effect. Just looking to outbox Ramoni. It's good boxing, this. from Mullings. Mustn't leave himself open. He does kind of let his gloves drop from time to time.
It's a nice work from Mullings starting this round. Good work with the jab and the straight left hand. He's looking quite sharp again.
He mustn't get careless, and you do have the impression that he might do that at any moment and let Ramoni back in. South African's got good hand speed and strength and a fair repertoire of shots as well. And he obviously carries a bit of a dig too. Mullings was telling me that he wasn't hurt by Ramoni in the first fight at all, but he's hurt here again, I think, you know.
Yes, he is. That uppercut hurt him. It was a good punch from Ramoni. With a good right hook from Ramoni. He's got Mullings under a bit of pressure.
After Mullings has outboxed him in the first part of the round. Again, swinging to and fro. That is a slip. That is a slip. Just lost his balance, I fancy, on some water that had been spilt in the corner. Ramoni straight back on the assault, digging his feet into the canvas, setting himself to get extra power. He's hurt again here. It was a left hook that did it, then another one. Mullings is in trouble. Oh, big right hand, and back comes Mullings. It bounced off his chin, and somehow he found the shot himself. Again, just astounding action.
Well, some very good shots landing from Ramoni, and it looked as if Mullings was going to be in bigger trouble than he was. I think he's fighting a little bit of a daze there, Mullings, and the bell coming at the right time.
Well, the world fight of the year so far was at this weight between Morales and Barrera, and I would suggest the British fight of this year so far is coming at this weight too, here, tonight.
Well, it's pretty action-packed, isn't it? It really is all happening in this one. And he's just looked under a bit of pressure here, Mullings. There was a beautiful right uppercut and right hook there from Ramoni. Really picked two perfect punches out there. And that just put Mullings under pressure. Look at that. That's something reminiscent of the punch Tyson throws when he does that exact combination.
I don't know how he didn't go down, in fact, Mullings.
Well, he really got everything behind that, Ramoni. All his power, all his leverage, and yet Mullings just took it easily.
Into the 8th round of this exciting battle, officially for the Super Bantamweight Championship, as recognized by an organization called the International Boxing Organization. Mullings drum up more resistance. Ramoni's got him going again here, and this time once earlier, no, they've thrown in the white towel, ended the fight. It's over. Mullings is pulled out by his corner, and the referee then stops the fight, and Simon Ramoni is the winner by stoppage. Shot to the ribs did it. Body punch, and straight away the towel came in from the cornermen.
Well, that was good to see from the cornermen. They're obviously looking after Mullings. He was being caught with too many punches. You know, he was still in the fight. He still could be dangerous, but he was caught with a beautiful right hook to the body, and that really took a lot out of him. He just pitched to the side a bit, and then a couple of good head shots, and they're right on that. The corner well spotted, knew their man was hurt, and that was a compassionate act from a caring corner.
Dean Powell would have made the decision, and Frank Maloney, I know, was in agreement with it when he got onto the scene as well. There's the right hand to the body. There's the white towel. There's that shot.
Yes, took a lot out of him. I think he'd been hurt a little bit earlier with a shot very similar. And nothing really come back from Mullings, and I think they were all in agreement in that corner. That was the right time to throw the towel in and pull their man out.
So Simon Ramoni wins what was a great fight as long as it lasted. A fight that really could have gone either way, but Ramoni just seemed to have that extra power to keep on shaking up Mullings. Got off the floor 3 times to repeat his earlier victory and retain this championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 45 seconds of round number 8, Patrick Mullings' corner have retired their boxer. Your winner, and still the IBO Super Bantamweight champion from Johannesburg, South Africa, Simon Ramoni. And a round of applause, please, for a very game challenger and the former champion, Patrick Mullings.
Shame in a sense for Mullings, but somehow Ramoni has made it 2-0 in his favour.